Hello Model Railroaders, I'm Dave. Now you're immediately probably wondering what's going on with the layout. There's a lot of stuff that's not where it was in the last video. Well, the time in every model railroader's life has arrived. I need to take the layout down. We are placing our condo up for sale, and to stage it, the layout's got to come down. So everything's got to go back in boxes, and more about the move later. However, at this point, I've removed all of the turnout panels on the layout. I've removed the Digitrax system that was mounted there, and all of the throttles and the throttle holders and all of the other aspects, and I'm just getting ready to start boxing all of the accessories that I've pulled out, and the buildings and all of the rail cars. But and from that point it'll be pulling the backdrops down and disconnecting all the power leads and separating all the modules. And then from that point, breaking each individual module down and trying to stack them up. There will be a little bit of a challenge, but I think I can get past it. In my, like the lights will come down and go back in their boxes, but to stack the modules on top of each other, I'm going to have to take the end fitting for the tubes and actually mount them up onto the block temporarily, so that I've got the clearance from here so that it doesn't damage the track below when the module sections get stacked on one another. Or in some, like over here in this corner module, where I used one, tried to use as much flex track as possible on the curve, that the run back is not enough for a 1x4, so I'll have to add in some spacers on this module so that the track doesn't get damaged in the move. But not an easy decision in regards to the move, but it needs to happen, and it is what it is. The quarry and this upper loop are not going to be salvageable. I'm going to have to completely disassemble those, and they will not be moved. So all the mainline track has got to come up on both sections. I'm hoping that I can salvage the foam risers for the logging run. I'll have to see. I may have to cut them down to 4-foot sections, but we'll see how that plays out once I get to that point. My lighting up there, I'm going to have to get it probably down into 4-foot sections, which is beneficial and not at the same time. It's easy enough on these LED strips where they've got cut points so that you can cut the LED strip up, but I've also got to cut the supporting brackets as well. Yeah, that's where the better part of my next week is going to be, getting this all corralled and salvage as much as I can, which was the intent when I built it, is to salvage as much as possible. That's why everything's modular. So as I make some progress, I'll bring you along as I circumvent problems. I'll show you what not to do to create the problem in the first place, and how I solved it, and different things that may get adjusted later. But I figure between the plywood, the 1x4s, the 2x2s, from the helix, that was 2 sheets of plywood just to cut the helix, and all the other wood and screws I probably have just in raw materials cost, I think I figured it out to just over $1,000 in wood. So with what I've, you try and salvage as much as you can, and a lot of this was salvaged from my previous layout. Luckily, at least all the 1x4s were. The 2x2s were spot specific for this layout, same with the masonite backdrops. So with the screws and everything, I've probably got about $1,500 just in bench work. And I think the quote we got was $1/4 a pound for moving. So it's cheaper to move it than to take it to the dump and buy again. So it's going to go on the truck in as condensed a package as I can make it. The helix, to get it down here in the basement, I had to disassemble it into multiple parts, and we'll see how deconstructed I need to make it again. Though I think when I plug it, if, and here's the big if I'm going to be able to use it in the new location, wherever that is, when we solidify a house purchase. So this may be the biggest layout setting that I've got, and I know I was very lucky, and we purchased this condo specifically for me to have this area in to build my big layout. So I may have to be downsizing, but at least I can salvage the modules. I may have to pull some track up to reconfigure it to fit a smaller room, and it may end up being no helix and just a upper and lower loop, independent, because of not enough space to run the helix. So we'll see what transpires in the new layout, but for now it's yeah, definitely, as you can tell in my voice, it's a little depressing having to yet again pack the layout up for the move, but it is the right thing for my wife and I to be doing, and that's life, right? You make the best of it as you can, and what's in the past you learn from and move on, and don't lock any emotions to inanimate objects such as the layout. But it just becomes ironic at a point that I'm getting a little gun shy on scenicking my layout, because as soon as I'm pretty much done the track work and have started on the scenery, the layout's got to come down because we're moving. So yeah, I am getting a little gun shy, and that's some of the only scenery that survived. So anyway, till the next video, I'm Dave. Bye for now.